In this era when everything seems to have an online tie-in, a spelling bee seems like a throwback to another era. But such competitions are alive and well, and today's students are still drawn to them. One of them is Emma Hoover, an 8th grader at Arlington Memorial Middle and High School. She earned a second-place finish in a state competition known as the 2018 Vermont Scripps National Individual Spelling Bee. She was also part of a 4-member team from Arlington that won first place in the state team spelling bee competition last fall. We stopped by her classroom at Arlington and talked with her and her English teacher and spelling coach, Ann Salzman, about the competition and what her technique was to memorize and correctly spell all those words.
So last year I was in it, and it's the same list from last year, I think. So I was able to, kind of recall some of the words from the past year, but after the school competition, we spent a lot of time, like every day, at least once, studying for the be in the list that they gave us. It's just been like a really fun thing to do, a very interesting, it's very different. It's not just like doing after school sports. It's a way to, develop your brain and still have fun doing so. I think a lot of it is memorization, but it really depends on how a person learns. I learn visually, but once we kept going over it, it was easier for me to just go really fast and know what it is. But a lot of people write on their hand so that they can see it or feel it almost. Yeah, it just really depends on the person.
13 rounds of spelling later, the group was winnowed down to her and the eventual winner, a 7th grader from the Main Street Middle School in Montpelier. She told us what it was like on the stage when they got down to the final rounds.
The last, I think, 5, I was the only girl left. So I was kind of I could do this, and, kind of representation and that kind of thing. But once it got down to us two, I was I know this kid is good. He was very confident, and a very good speller. There was a word that he had, and I didn't know it. And then I ended up thinking that I knew it was pronounced weird, so you knew that he had studied very hard. But it was really stressful almost, but it was yeah. But it was really exciting as well. Just the idea that I could win this thing, or even if I didn't get second place, was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Students get a study guide containing over 1,000 basic words, but not all of them that are in the guide might be asked in the competition. They are also divided into words derived from different languages, such as Latin, Arabic, Asian languages, French, Dutch, and German.
Well, there was a certain list that they gave, and it was organized by language of origin, but you could never tell what would be on there because sometimes they throw in extra ones. So, yeah, I guess it was kind of you don't really know. Just try to know these words and you should be okay. As Miss Solzman, I'm not really one for taking time to spell something. I just kind of go for it, and I don't know, somehow it usually ends up being correct.
Her coach and teacher, Ann Salzman, said the experience sent a good message and an example for other students.
Emma is a normal 14-year-old girl, and she gave something that was an academic sort of club a try, and it ended up being a really positive experience and something that she was really into, and that was the case for most of the people who did the Team B. And I think one of the greatest things about the spelling bee and the geography bee is that students can really explore something that they might not have tried beforehand of their own volition and find out that it's something they're really passionate about. And I think that that's a cool message.
The spelling bee also shows where some words come from and their origins. For example, did you realize that gorgeous, denim, and denture are derived from French, or that indigenous, perennial, or exacerbate come to us from Latin? Okay, now it's your turn. Balalaika, seersucker, flamboyant, ubiquitous, chagrin, mascot. And we're just getting started. For the GNET TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.